What do you do when you have about a cup of chicken that you made from the night before? Because I had chicken tacos last night for Taco Tuesday, and I had I have two potatoes, I have two mushrooms, and about 6 or 7 eggs. What do you do with that? Let me show you. I'm gonna make myself a potato frittata. That's a mouthful, isn't it? A potato frittata. And if your hands don't look like this, see how dry I am? My hands look like leather. When this is all over with, I'm gonna have to moisturize for about 6 months. But if your hands don't look ashy like this, you ain't washing them enough. Go wash your hands. And here's my ingredients for my potato frittata. I have 2 baked potatoes left over from another dinner, and I sliced them in little discs there, and I have some grated cheddar cheese, and this is my chicken left over from my Taco Tuesday, and I have a half an onion. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eggs, and some Rotel tomatoes here. I have some fresh spinach and some arugula, some fresh thyme. There's my 2 mushrooms that I told you I had. And I had a little bit of green bell peppers left over from my Taco Tuesday. Now I'm going to go off camera and get everything sliced and diced, and I'll be right back. I have my cast iron skillet over medium-high heat. I've added 2½ tablespoons of avocado oil. And from here, I'm going to start layering my potatoes. Now you can make them fit the best way you can. You're probably going to end up with 2 layers of potatoes, but that's okay as long as you have 1 layer on the bottom, and you can always, flip them over to make sure everything gets cooked evenly. I'm going to season my potatoes with my salt, pepper, and garlic powder mix. And I have an awful lot of potatoes here. Those are big potatoes that I slice. Normally I make this dish in my my 12 or my 14-inch cast iron skillet, in which case it would put all the potatoes on 1 layer. But it doesn't matter. If you want to use a smaller pan and have double layers, that's fine too. You're just going to end up with a lot more goodness on the bottom. To this pan, I've added 2 tablespoons of the avocado oil, and this is the pan I'm going to use to saute my veggies. The diced onions are going in first, and my mushrooms, and a little bit of green bell peppers that I had left over from my Taco Tuesday, and a fresh sprig of thyme, and just pull it off of the stem just like so. I'm going to season my sauteed veggies with my salt, pepper, garlic mix. And I'm only going to cook them until they're softened. I don't want to caramelize my veggies because they'll finish cooking in the oven. So just cook them until they're softened. Stirring everything up until it's well combined. I'm going to check on my potatoes. They look pretty good. I'm going to flip them over 1 more time. And they're looking pretty doggone good. And it doesn't matter if you don't get them all brown, just as long as you get the, the base layer brown and crispy. I'm going to add the spinach and the arugula. It looks like a lot, but it'll melt down, or not melt down, but it'll cook down. And you'll see here in just 1 second. Toss the veggies all together until it's well combined. Here I'm adding my Rotel tomatoes, and I'm going to add the juice also. And give it another quick toss until everything is well mixed together. I'm going to get my eggs together. Check on the potatoes. Back to the eggs. Yes, I'm multitasking. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of the heavy whipping cream. Adding my salt, pepper, garlic mix. And give it a quick whisk. Here I'm adding the sauteed veggies on top of the layer of potatoes. Looks good already, doesn't it? You ought to smell it. Oh my word, it smells heavenly. and spread it out evenly throughout the pan. I'm adding a layer of my chicken left over from my taco night. Every bite is going to have a piece of everything in it. Make sure to spread it evenly over the spinach and the veggie mixture. Cheese is going down. And those 3 pieces were some leftover cheese from my taco night. And the grated cheese, I grated that up the morning that I made this. And spread it evenly over everything. I bet your mouth is watering now, isn't it? And last but not least, add the eggs. And spread them out evenly over everything. I'm going to add some crushed black pepper on the top just to give it a little extra flavor, as if it needs more flavor, right? Yeah, so just put as much as you want on there, or omit it if you're not a pepper person. And from here, it's going into a 350-degree preheated oven, and I'm going to cook it until it's nice and golden brown on the top and the eggs are set. So stay tuned. And here's the finished product. And as you can see, that cheese on the top is golden brown. And if you can press a knife through the center and it comes out clean, then you're good to go. And what I'm doing here, I'm just going to run my knife around the edge to loosen it up around the edges before I cut it. Oh, it smells so good. Too bad you guys don't have smell-o-vision. And look at that. Now it's time to cut this bad boy. My brother-in-law said he wanted a piece that was 3 fingers big. So the first slice is for my brother-in-law. And sometimes, I tear it. That first slice is always the one that gets torn up when you're taking it out the pan. So keep your fingers crossed that I don't tear up the first piece. Ah, voila. Came out all in one piece. Look at that. Layers and layers and layers of goodness. Look at that. Potato layer and all those veggies and the cheese on the top with the egg. Oh, can't go wrong here. This is a hearty, hearty dish. And, you can, I think I'm going to get about 8. Normally I get about 8 to 10 pieces out of here, out of this batch. Being as I'm using a 12-inch pan, I'm probably going to get about 8 slices. Or, you can cut it in, if you're going to serve it to 4 hungry people, just cut it in 4 slices. Either way, it's going to be good. And this is my piece. Now see, my piece did tear up on the bottom, but that's okay because I'm going to eat it anyway. Oh, and I forgot to mention, when I took it out of the oven, I let it sit for about 15 minutes before I started slicing it. And yes, I'm having 2 pieces because this is my main meal of the day. Forget those little pieces in the bottom. Oh my goodness, and it is so good. I had to taste it. I had to taste it. And look at that. Love in a pan. Or should I say, love in a cast iron skillet. And here's my lunch. I got 1 big slice of my potato frittata and 1 small slice. And then I have just a salad wedge, and I drizzled it with some raspberry balsamic dressing. Oh, no, I think it was just raspberry dressing. and it's so good. And that's really all you need. I mean, the frittata it's a perfect meal. It's got everything in it. And here we go. There's my thumbnail. I know, I'm so extra. First bite. Come on, get it on the fork, girl. Come on now. Here you go. I bet you're drooling right about now, right? Oh yeah. It's good. Trust me, it's good. You're going to want to make this recipe for your family. And, you saw what I put in it. I just used a bunch of leftover stuff and came up with a fabulous gourmet meal. And serve it with a salad. Serve it hot out the oven or serve it at room temp. Either way, it's good. And if this is your first time visiting my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell before you leave. And I hope you all are staying home and sheltering in and staying safe. And let's all do our part, and we will get through this just fine. Be blessed and keep on cooking.